everyone, welcome back to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alan. So glad to have you with us today.
Absolutely. Today's episode is going to be fantastic. We're diving into some essential vocabulary that will supercharge your English skills.
That's right. And here are the 7 words we'll be learning today. Assess, comprehend, evidence, feature, illustrate, strategy, and technique.
We'll start with the word assess. Now, to assess something means to evaluate or judge it.
Right. Synonyms for assess include analyze, appraise, and evaluate.
Let's break it down with some simple examples. For instance, when you take a test at school, your teacher assesses your knowledge.
Or when you're cooking and you taste the food to assess if it needs more salt or spices.
Exactly. Here are a few more examples. The doctor needs to assess your condition before prescribing any medication. The company will assess the market before launching a new product. Let's assess the situation before making a decision. She assessed her options before choosing the best one.
Great examples, Sophie. Now, let's listen to a conversation where the word assess is used.
Hey, I heard you're moving to a new apartment. How's it going?
It's good, but I'm trying to assess which one is the best fit for me.
Yeah, it can be tough. Have you looked at the one near the park?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to assess all my options before making a decision.
So, in that conversation, we heard someone assessing different apartment options before making a decision.
Assessing is such an important skill in many aspects of life, whether it's choosing where to live or deciding on a course of action.
Absolutely, Alan. And remember, folks, practice makes perfect when it comes to expanding your vocabulary.
All right, next up we have the word comprehend. To comprehend means to understand something fully.
That's right. Other words for comprehend include grasp, perceive, and understand.
Let's give some straightforward examples. When you read a book, you try to comprehend the story.
Or when someone explains something to you, you make an effort to comprehend their explanation.
Exactly. Here are some more examples. I couldn't comprehend the instructions, so I asked for help. It took me a while to comprehend the concept, but now I understand it. She tried to comprehend the situation, but it was too confusing.
Nice examples, Alan. Now, let's hear a conversation using the word comprehend.
Did you comprehend the math lesson today?
Not really. I'm having trouble comprehending these equations.
Maybe we can study together. I'll help you comprehend it better.
That would be great. I really need to comprehend this before the test.
In that conversation, we heard someone struggling to comprehend a math lesson.
It's important to ask for help when you're having trouble comprehending something. Don't be afraid to reach out.
All right, listeners, we still have 5 more words to explore, and trust me, you won't want to miss them.
That's right. Stay tuned for more fun and learning on Fluent English with Podcast.
Let's jump right back into our vocabulary lesson.
Absolutely. Our next word is evidence. Evidence is proof or information that supports a claim or argument.
Synonyms for evidence include proof, indication, and confirmation.
Let's give some examples that are easy to understand. In a detective story, detectives gather evidence to solve crimes.
Or when you're trying to convince someone of something, you provide evidence to support your point.
Right. Here are more examples. The fingerprints were evidence of the suspect's presence at the crime scene. There is no evidence to support his theory. She presented evidence to back up her claim.
Great example, Sophie. Now, let's hear a conversation where the word evidence is used.
Did you find any evidence to prove your theory?
Yes, I found some emails that provide evidence of his involvement.
That's good. We need solid evidence to convince the team.
I'll make sure to present all the evidence at the meeting tomorrow.
In that conversation, we heard someone discussing the importance of presenting evidence to support a theory.
Evidence is crucial in many situations, whether it's solving a mystery or making a persuasive argument.
Absolutely, Alan. And remember, folks, always look for evidence to back up your claims. All right, moving on to our next word. Feature. A feature is a distinctive attribute or characteristic of something.
Synonyms for feature include characteristic, attribute, and trait.
Let's give some examples that are easy to understand. In a car, air conditioning is a feature that keeps you cool in the summer.
Or in a phone, the camera is a feature that allows you to take pictures.
Exactly. Here are more examples. One of the features of this software is its user-friendly interface. The hotel's main feature is its rooftop pool. The new update added several exciting features to the app.
Great examples, Sophie. Now let's hear a conversation where the word feature is used.
Have you seen the new phone?
Yeah, I love it. What's your favorite feature?
I really like the camera. It takes amazing pictures.
Yeah, the camera is definitely the best feature of the phone.
In that conversation, we heard someone discussing their favorite feature of a new phone.
Features are what make things unique and special. It's important to know the features of something before making a decision.
Absolutely, Alan. And remember, folks, always pay attention to the features when choosing something new.
All right, listeners, we still have 3 more words to explore, and trust me, you won't want to miss them.
That's right. We hope you're ready for more vocabulary excitement. Let's jump right back in.
Absolutely. Our next word is illustrate. To illustrate means to explain or make something clear by providing examples or pictures.
Synonyms for illustrate include demonstrate, depict, and clarify.
Let's give some examples that are easy to understand. When you're teaching someone how to do something, you often illustrate it with examples.
Or when you're reading a book, the author may illustrate a point with a story.
Right. Here are more examples. Let me illustrate my point with an example. The diagram illustrates how the engine works. The teacher used pictures to illustrate the lesson.
Great examples, Alan. Now, let's hear a conversation where the word illustrate is used.
Can you illustrate how to solve this math problem?
Sure, let me give you an example. First, you need to do this.
Ah, I see. Thanks for illustrating it for me.
No problem. Let me know if you need any more help.
In that conversation, we heard someone asking for help to illustrate how to solve a math problem.
Illustrating is a great way to make complex ideas easier to understand. Whether it's through examples or pictures, it helps clarify things for others.
Absolutely, Sophie. And remember, folks, don't hesitate to ask for illustrations when you're learning something new.
All right, our next word is strategy. A strategy is a plan of action designed to achieve a specific goal.
Synonyms for strategy include plan, approach, and tactic.
Let's give some examples that are easy to understand. In a game of chess, players use different strategies to outsmart their opponents.
Or in business, companies develop marketing strategies to increase sales.
Right. Here are more examples. His strategy for studying is to review the material before bed. The team came up with a new strategy to win the game. She has a strategy for saving money each month.
Great examples, Sophie. Now, let's hear a conversation where the word strategy is used.
What's your strategy for the upcoming exam?
I plan to review the notes every day and do practice questions.
That sounds like a good strategy. I might do the same.
Yeah, it's important to have a strategy to stay organized and prepared.
In that conversation, we heard someone discussing their strategy for studying for an exam.
Having a strategy can make a big difference in achieving your goals, whether it's in academics, sports, or any other aspect of life.
Absolutely, Alan. And remember, folks, always have a strategy in place to help you succeed.
All right, listeners, we're almost there. Just one more word left to explore, so stick around for our final word.
That's right. We hope you're still enjoying our vocabulary journey. Let's dive right into our final word.
Absolutely. Our last word for today is technique. A technique is a method or way of doing something, especially one that involves skill.
Synonyms for technique include method, approach, and skill.
Let's give some examples that are easy to understand. In sports, athletes use different techniques to improve their performance.
Or in cooking, chefs use specific techniques to prepare delicious meals.
Right. Here are more examples. She mastered the technique of playing the piano. The artist used a unique technique to create the painting. He's teaching me the proper technique for swimming.
Great examples, Alan. Now let's hear a conversation where the word technique is used.
How's your guitar playing going?
It's going okay, but I'm still working on my technique.
Yeah, learning new techniques can take time and practice.
Definitely. I'm trying to improve my finger-picking technique right now.
In that conversation, we heard someone talking about improving their guitar playing technique.
Technique is all about practice and refinement. Whether it's in music, sports, or any other skill, mastering the right techniques is key to success.
Absolutely, Sophie. And remember, folks, don't be afraid to ask for feedback to improve your techniques.
Well, folks, that wraps up another episode of Fluent English with Podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning these new words and found the conversations helpful.
Definitely. Remember, the key to improving your English skills is practice, practice.
And don't forget to use these words in your everyday conversations. The more you use them, the more confident you'll become.
That's right. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out to us on our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. We love hearing from our listeners. Until next time, keep learning and keep improving.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.